Good evening and thanks for joining us tonight. More funding for Manitoba schools. The provincial government announced a 2.3% increase in funding today. The increase totals $27.2 million in new funding for Manitoba school divisions.
We believe that providing our children high-quality education is the way to grow our economy and lay the foundation for future prosperity.
The funding includes new anti-bullying resources, stay-in-school initiatives, and increased support for early years math and reading programs. Seven Oaks School Division Superintendent Brian O'Leary says that while the increases are appreciated, they may not be enough to stop school taxes from going up.
The province has some serious financial challenges, so a continuing investment in schools and public education is a great thing. School divisions will still have some tough budget discussions and decisions. There will likely be tax increases for homeowners.
A former Shiloh-based soldier was in military court today after a training accident in Afghanistan left one soldier dead and 4 others injured. Paul Ravensdale pleaded not guilty to all 6 charges today in connection with the incident. Back in 2008, Corporal Joshua Baker was killed after a C-19 Claymore exploded while on a training mission. The prosecution alleges that Ravensdale should have had the soldiers seek cover while the weapon was being fired.
Warrant Officer Ravensdale ran this in a criminally negligent fashion. Specifically, the main thing we're going at is that when the C-19s, or Claymores as they're commonly called, were fired, that troops were standing within the danger area behind the weapon and were not undercover as they ought to have been.
The court-martial is expected to last 3 weeks. The city is spending $200,000 on upgrades to Transcona's Buhler Recreation Park to turn it into a year-round destination. The upgrades include installing an aerator in the duck pond to keep away mosquitoes in the summer, turning the pond into a rink in the winter, along with making the canteen heated so it can remain open all year. The funding was promised in the 2013 budget, where a total of $3.8 million is to be split among 14 wards to improve recreation facilities. The union that represents police officers is concerned that layoffs may be recommended by an operational review ordered by the city. An American firm known as Matrix Consulting Group has been hired by the city to look for ways to cut costs at the police service. Union representatives aren't happy that an American firm was brought in to do the review and that they aren't being consulted in the process.
We're willing to partner with you, have a responsible discussion with Canadian experts for a Canadian system, for a Canadian city. And it seems that all those entreaties, all those questions, all those invitations that we've made have fallen on deaf ears. This is a scenario, it seems that the script's already written and the outcome's already determined. Currently,
the police service takes up 26% of the city's operating budget. There have never been layoffs at the service before. The Manitoba Integrated Warrant Apprehension Unit is celebrating a milestone after making their 1,000th arrest. The unit, which is made up of 3 Winnipeg Police Service members and 3 RCMP officers, was formed in 2011 to help take violent offenders off the streets.
We want all Manitobans to know that we support our police because our police are out on our streets doing the work, investigating crimes, and certainly when there are individuals who are not complying with the rules, to make sure there is a consequence.
The unit goes after violent offenders who are wanted by police but are evading arrest, have missed a court date, or breached bail conditions. Idle No More demonstrators converged at the legislature this afternoon. Singer Buffy St. Marie joined in on the rally where a large circle dance was performed. Today's event is part of the movement's National Day of Action, with similar rallies held around the country. The rallies were protesting Bills C-45 and C-38, which demonstrators say erode environmental protections and Aboriginal rights. A westbound lane of the Trans-Canada Highway was shut down this morning after 2 semis collided near McGregor. Police say that around 10 a.m. 2 semis collided, one of them jackknifed and slid partially into the ditch. No one was injured in the crash, and officers are continuing to investigate.
And now, your Storm Tracker weather forecast.
It's time to take a complete check at today's Storm Tracker forecast. Around the region tomorrow, Brandon and Dauphin are looking at highs of -11. Things will be a little bit warmer in Gimli, Portage, and Winnipeg, where highs of -9 are expected. And in the 5-day, these above normal temperatures will last until midweek when the cooler temperatures move back in. Tomorrow was looking pretty nice, though, with a high of -9. And that's your Storm Tracker forecast. And that is all the time we have for tonight's show. Thank you very much for spending a part of your Monday evening with us. And for news anytime, log on to CBPB-TV.com.